What are people addicted to when it comes to you? Is it your energy? Of course. The happiness? Are you the life of the party? Are you the jokester, the comedian? Are you the topic introducer, the conversation starter? What are people addicted to when it comes to you? Therefore, it's really easy to pick out what who actually benefits from you, you know, and are they actually filling that cup for themselves outside of you, because it drains your energy to be that energy. When it comes to those that are pretending to have that energy around you, it's to learn yourself by being yourself, to know thyself and those around you. It's really knowing how energy really does play out, because everybody is an outlet, right? And people will plug into different parts of you in a way where you don't notice. You'll never notice. It's just the same as the fine print. Nobody reads it. Nope, not everybody reads it. Some people do take their time and study it. And it's a must that you do study the fine print, because man, the legalities in some shit surprise the fuck out of you. But some people don't go into the details, but we all know the devil does work through the details of everything. Evil lurks through the closest things around you. Yet we always negate those that are around us, that are plugged into us in many different ways that we don't notice until we unplug ourselves from the people, places, and things that does not feel us. Now, the issue with that is when you pull away, it doesn't mean others will pull away from you. Others are not going to just unplug from themselves, especially if they know you don't know that they've been plugged into you. It's just like the internet. You don't know who's watching, who's taking what, who's doing what, and whatever else like that. It's the belief in yourself and the trust in yourself and the knowing of yourself, to know your own energy. Therefore, it's easier to separate the energies around you. It's really understanding that people will plug into you for whatever reason and for every reason at the same time. But you know what you're plugged into. Not everybody wants to do that. Not everybody wants to plug into the Most High. Not everybody wants to even plug into themselves, to know that they power themselves, to know that, what? The belief in themselves is much stronger than the belief in the believing of others' belief in themselves. Is really understanding that the more you really hone down your energy, ground your energy, and set foundations of the energy that you wish to stand on, it's much easier for you to differentiate the energies around you that are plugged into you in ways that you will never really notice until you take yourself away from shit, the crowd, the people, places, and things that is addicted to the happiness of others, the joy of others. Who is the life of the crowd? Who is the jokester? Who is the comedian? But some people do that because they don't have that within themselves. So it's really understanding your own grounding and your own belief of yourself, into knowing what energy you choose to in, and accepting those that, no, not accepting, but yeah, it is accepting. Accepting those that are still adjusting. Aw. They are still adjusting to their life. They are still adjusting to the way of who they are, and knowing who's around them that doesn't like who they are or who they're becoming. Walk away from people, places, and things who have been plugged into you. Know that the Most High got you. Have a good one. Bye.